Question 7 of Evaluation Analysis. Looking back at your preliminary exercise, what do you feel you have learnt in the progression from it to the full product? I think one of the things I've learnt would be the importance of research and planning the magazine. Going into the preliminary exercise, as a student who didn't do GCSE media, I didn't know really what to expect, and my teacher kept repeating that planning was really important to the construction of the final product. But I didn't completely understand what it was coming from, where it was coming from, and what he was trying to tell us until post exercise work. That's when I understand that the importance of research and planning really helps you for the entire duration of creating the magazine, as it gives you real directive and a point and a goal to work for as far as what people want and what you want as a final product. So yeah, I learned that research and planning were pretty important to the magazine. Organisation and time management was a big part of the main coursework as well as the preliminary exercise. Organising the different parts, the different modules, the different tasks of the coursework into time slots that I could work at a decent pace where I didn't have to rush myself, but I wasn't worried about running out of time towards the end. Really helped with the flow of work and especially in the construction process of the final product. I had a big time slot for the actual work on Photoshop and Adobe InDesign. What really helped, it really helped to make the quality of work that came out of it. During the preliminary exercise, I learned a big lesson about backing up my work, where I lost quite a few days worth of planning due to not backing up my work and not saving it, where it would corrupt and I wouldn't have a spare file to use, so I'd have to completely redo all of my work. And taking that lesson and applying it into the main coursework really helped me, as it would secure failsafe if needed. What, thankfully, touch wood, it didn't, but I did learn that lesson and did have it on standby if needed. The biggest thing for me for the preliminary exercise would be working with others, especially my friend Flynn who nailed his GCSE in media, and my teacher Stephen. Working with them two definitely helped me with the preliminary exercise and even more with the final coursework, because they know a lot more about the subject than I do and the softwares that we use. I did manage to catch up with them on the software, but the research and the aims and goals of each piece of work was definitely a specialty of theirs, and I was lucky enough to be able to work with them, as they helped me pretty much all the way through all the work we've done so far in media. It's been really a credit to me, to my work. If I had to do it again, I'd definitely do more time management and organisation. Because even though I did have a long time during the construction of the actual magazine itself, towards the end it gets really rushed and quite tense as I'm running up to the final deadline and the final task. And really is a lesson to be learned that it's not that I put off the work, it's just I have to pick up the pace of my work. So I definitely work at a faster pace. I'd also choose a different genre. We're quite limited to the genre, where I kind of choose more of a broader range of music types to have a broader range of choices available to me, the different bands, different styles, different conventions, music festivals, clubs, groups. It is all quite limited to when you use one specific genre, so I'd probably choose a few different genres to give me more choice when it comes to filling my magazine with what I want to be inside of it. One thing I learned, especially what makes my main task better than my preliminary exercise, is the final product, what came out at the end of it. The looks of the product itself is a lot better on my main task than it is on my preliminary exercise. That's probably just because I have a better understanding of the softwares we were using and more knowledge of the types of camera shots, lighting effects, layouts, styles of generic music magazines, and what actually makes my magazine looks better than what it was before. So I think that's one thing what's better. And I think the photos taken as well between the prelim exercise and the main task is a major increase. Using props that actually suit the type of magazine, the models that suit the type of article, and the lighting that suits the tone of the magazine itself, the points that it raises, and the general look of it, all the photos, is on, to be honest, on a completely different level in the main task that is on the preliminary exercise. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I think one of the biggest things looking back at my preliminary exercise compared to my main task would be the idea I had a specific idea for both products, but in the main task, as I learnt so much more during the process of the preliminary exercise and post between the preliminary exercise and the main task, it definitely made me create a clearer, more precise image of what type of magazine I wanted to make, what I wanted to have featured in the writing style, the looks of it, the tone and atmosphere it creates for its readers and audience. I think definitely the clarity of what I wanted to do definitely showed.